Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2022 mid-month general readings. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of July, and this reading is for the water sign of our crabs, for Cancers. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and as always, a note of gratitude for taking the time to be here to watch these videos. Those of you who hit the like, share, and subscribe button, who give comments, feedback, support, those of you who reach out for personal readings, every bit of it is always welcome. Thank you. Okay, Cancer, this is for you for the last half of July 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Cancer, it's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Cancerian. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them for any additional insight and perspective into what's going on into your particular situation. And if you find that something in the reading does resonate with you and you'd like to peel it back a little, take a deeper look, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info with the description link. Click on the description link. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I do this full time, so I try to schedule in a pretty timely manner and get people in as quickly as possible. So email me if you're interested. Okay, Cancer, let's see what the last half of July looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We begin with waiting, with the Hanging Man. Waiting, watching, not taking any decisive action just yet. Perhaps gaining new information, perspective. With Faith, also the card that represents the Hierophant, but in this deck, it's more of a literal representation of faith. The simple version of this combination of cards is having faith, waiting, not taking action yet, and having faith that things will work out one way or the other. Next, we have the Lovers, choices and decisions, a relationship at a crossroad. Typically, this card is about the future of a relationship or not, making a choice about the relationship, but sometimes it can represent making a choice in another area of life that will impact the relationship. The Lovers comes with the Five of Swords, a hard-won victory. In other decks, the Five of Swords is sometimes represented by an individual, a soldier who's standing in the battlefield and the battle is over and he's won and he's gathered up all his opponent's swords, their ability to hurt him or her. But it hasn't been easy, you know, there's wounds, there's recovery needed. Next we have the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, right next to the Lovers. This may resonate more as a relationship reading for many of you. The King of Wands is either the other person or somebody also significant in this situation. The King of Fire with the Seven of Cards. Hidden motives, concealment, not showing feelings or saying what they really feel. Can be a card of theft, exploitation, cheating. Just something being hidden. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the World, the last major arcana card. Significant cycle ending so that a new journey can begin, which would be the Fool, which is the first major arcana card where a whole new journey begins. Here with the World, it's a card of graduation and moving on or moving up. Now, that's the general energy. Now, the World can represent something actually coming to an end and you're moving away from it, or it can represent an aspect of the person, place, or situation or relationship ending one cycle and moving on to the next cycle. Like, for example, in relationships, it might mean moving from dating to getting engaged or getting married, or it might mean the end of the relationship. Of course, this is a general reading, so either way, right? Let's clarify that overall energy of the World. So for many of you, this is probably going to be about the relationship, but for some of you, it would be about another area of life that where making a choice or a decision will impact the relationship, where it's you and your person making a choice about another area of life that may impact the relationship. Clarify the world. Yeah, the Two of Cups, soulmate, kindred spirits, partners. The Four of Swords, taking a step back from conflict, reflecting, recovering, recuperating, gaining some insight. And with the Hanging Man, it's more of a reflective 2-week period of time. The World, again, major endings, completions, moving on. Again, since this is a general reading, that moving on might be within the relationship, moving on itself, or away from the relationship. Let's clarify the Hanging Man. With the Hanging Man in faith, this is like you're not taking action yet. You're waiting, you're watching, maybe trying to gain some insight or new knowledge or perspective, and you're just trying to have faith that no matter what happens, Spirit's got your back, which they always do, but free will and free agency too, right? Hanging Man. The High Priestess, trusting your intuition, connecting with the divine, maybe paying attention to repeating signs. And the Ace of Cups, new love and romance or emotional renewal. It can also represent the beginning of self-love too. Clarify faith or the Hierophant. The Tower and the Star, major arcana energy. The Star is having renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. And the Tower is an unexpected, usually unexpected, major, profound, life-changing event. So it looks like a lot of you are in a relationship that I don't feel like there's any lack of love or caring between the two of you, but there's something about it which isn't working for you or isn't satisfying for you. Maybe several different aspects of that. Maybe there's some aspects of it that aren't healthy. It looks like you want the relationship, or at least you think you want the relationship to move forward, and you're hoping for some kind of like spirit-driven transformation here with this relationship. And for the time being, you're not acting, you're just trying to have hope and faith that that's what's going to happen. And some of you, it may be, you're just trying to have faith that whatever does happen is in your own best interest, even if it's difficult. Let's clarify the Lovers. The Ten of Cups, the Happy Home card, marriage, children, where it all comes together. The Four of Wands, which is the other Happy Home card, also a card of marriage and family celebrations, but right in the middle we had this Two of Swords, feeling stuck, reluctant, resistant. It feels like some of you, either you or your partner, is opposed to or resistant to the idea of taking the relationship further. For many of you, it may be marriage or moving in together or having a family. Clarify the Five of Swords. Because it's clarifying the Lovers, which is a pretty significant choice as to the life and future of this relationship. Five of Swords with the Five of Wands, conflict, fighting about the same thing over and over and over again. The Four of Cups, an offer being made or waiting for an offer being made. Yeah, it's like you're waiting. There was continued conflict about either taking this relationship to the next level. Again, many of you, it looks like marriage or moving in together or starting a family together. But someone is opposed. Clarify the King of Wands. The Emperor. The Emperor is also attached to the sign of Aries, so it might be in Aries, but the Emperor is typically an older person, usually pretty well established. It can also represent somebody who's very stuck in their ways, they keep themselves in a very linear box. They might be a bit on the controlling or domineering side. The Nine of Swords, stress, anxiety, worry, fear of an unknown future, and I'm feeling like this is this person's energy, not yours. Death, endings, or transformations. The Six of Cups, the secondary soulmate card, or someone you have a history with. I think this other person, as represented by the King of Wands, even though they're afraid or reluctant to move the relationship forward, they're also kind of afraid that this relationship may end, or that it's in an ending phase. Let's see what that Seven of Swords is about. What's being concealed here? Sometimes the Seven of Swords can represent infidelity or cheating in a relationship, but I'm not really picking that up here, because I really feel like there's a genuine love and caring connection between the two of you. But the King of Wands is being very stuck, very obstinate. We have the Queen of... So what's being concealed with that? We have the Queen of Cups, which is you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands. This is hoping for a new beginning, hoping that you can still move on and have a beautiful, good future together. So, and again, this is a general reading, so the specifics and the intensity will vary, but there's obviously a relationship here. There is something that is wanted either about the relationship or for the relationship in order to move the relationship forward. The other person or you is stuck in that, reluctant and resistant to moving into that. But at the same time, they don't want it to end and they're afraid it will. And they're kind of stuck. They're in this stuck place. They want a future with you, but they're stuck. The reluctance and resistance is probably, as it usually is, based on, negative, painful history from their own past. All right, let's pull some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Judgment, making a significant life choice. Ten of Wands tends to represent cycle endings. This is being at the end of your rope and saying, that's it, it's done, I've had enough. That Five of Swords again, a hard-won victory. But it may represent having to leave people behind. The Six of Swords, which is healing, moving away from the trouble. It's transitional too, because healing is a process, good days, bad days, right? You're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards that. And then we have that Fool, that brand new beginnings, the first major arcana card in the tarot. So Spirit is, this is a general reading, so I can't say that even for the majority of you, it looks like Spirit is advising that you walk away. And for some of you, that may be the case. What it has been up till now, it needs to end for you, that's for sure. So the ending and the healing and the moving on is in two ways, Cancer. It's either, there's no compromise. That's what Spirit is saying to you. There's no more compromise here. It's gone on long enough. There's no more compromise. Either this relationship moves forward or it moves apart. But Spirit is saying for you, no compromise. It either has to do that, one thing or the other. This kind of in-between sort of floating around isn't, Spirit is not supporting that. But it feels more like a reflective time and you're just kind of waiting and watching. Okay, Cancer, those are your messages for the last half of July. I hope they were useful in that they brought perhaps some food for thought or validation for you. Again, if any of this resonates enough that you would like to peel it back a bit, take a deeper look, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that same contact info by clicking on the description link. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August general readings. Take care until then. I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.